what is going on, Survivor fans? Wow, wow, wow. I had a little bit of a preview from Jonny saying this was a great episode, but until I
Best
saw it
episode of
with
the
my own
season.
eyes, yes, Wayne Memmott, Jonny Fairplay, and Matt Bischoff. All I gotta say is this episode reminded me of the love I had for Survivor prior to me playing Survivor. As a fan, watching the show, it just brings back that old school, fun, yet strategic, and a lot of stuff going on. I absolutely loved it. I think the hype was real, Jonny. I mean, you built it up like it's going to be great, and it delivered.
The whole thing that was so mind-boggling to me, like, watching with 1,100 fans at UNC Chapel Hill. Hold on, let me do it there. There we go. We got the ramp.
Too sweet.
It's different. It's a different.
No, do the too sweet.
So, but watching with those fans, I was just like, and we were going to get to it. The Andy becoming Superman. And 1,100 people chanting Andy. I'm just like, I'm losing my mind. And I'm like, I feel like this is the best episode of the season. And how can I say that with a season post Rome?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Rome was the block. I mean, because like Rome and Saul were on the same tribe. Saul was the middle of the conflict, and we got more Saul, like real in-depth, like who is Saul this episode than we've gotten the whole season. And I'm like, oh man, I might be a Saul guy. I was kind of like, oh, he's there. He's cool. I'm sure he's just hanging, having a good time. But now I'm like, oh no, maybe Saul like knows what he's doing. And we were just like overcast by Rome this whole time. Love Rome. Just a real big character and the center of a lot of the conflict.
Yeah, the Saul's SSAs. We'll get there, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. So I have different options on how to view Survivor. So, a few different CBS affiliates throughout the United States, if I choose to, which I purposely have been choosing over the last few weeks because I don't really watch TV in real time except for like sporting events pretty much.
Right.
And so I'll pick a different CBS affiliate to see their local political ads. And some of them are just wowzers. Are you kidding me? So I like to pick a different station to see those local rivalries. But my dad's favorite show was Wheel of Fortune. So more times than not, I try to pick the CBS affiliate that has Wheel of Fortune as a lead-in. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Vanna White, and I was just like, oh my God, Vanna White's still there. Like, and my dad, always had a crush. And I was like, Vanna White's, I feel like age finally caught up with her. I was just like, but let me check and see how old she is. You're not gonna believe this, guys.
63.
No, 45.
No. What she? Oh. I missed it. Oh, you got me good. That was great.
Yeah. No clue. Dad would not have guessed 45.
Oh, that's so funny.
Happens to the best of them.
This episode rocked. We get a Survivor auction. We get a classic blindside. We get somebody finding something on and checking off and mentioning a Survivor checklist, and they weren't immediately voted off. I mean, it seems like when you say bucket list or checklist, it's like, oh, that's the cue in the edit that you're gone. You're out of here.
I could have done without the word bucket list or checklist. I'll allow it tonight because I think we're seeing exceptional gameplay by Rachel.
Yeah,
and a lot of it is luck, which for anyone that downplay, it's just like, oh, Rachel got lucky last time. It should have been her, but but that is a component of the game. But I've told anyone over the years, I mean, going back to season 7, I felt as though I was one of the greatest players to have ever played this game. And if you feel differently, please leave it in the comments. I'll never look at it. I don't care. But I feel that way. But I'll tell you this about myself. in every other player that I consider elite or one of the greatest to ever play the game, if they don't admit to you that being a great player is 40% skill and 60% luck, they are a liar. Because luck, I mean, just the luck of what tribe you start on.
Yeah. I mean, Survivor is, I mean, every episode you watch at a certain point, it's tons of luck. Like to win Survivor, you have to be extremely lucky. You can play the best game ever. And when we watch Australian Survivor, Johnny, it's like we see players that dominate. And then if they have some bad luck, they're screwed. Or if you have some good luck. So, I feel that luck plays a huge part. I mean, I feel
Rob's Boston Rob, the season that he won.
Yep.
Him and Russell Hantz put their hands in the gimmick to pull out a buff. They pull out literally the buff Boston Rob pulls out is a tribe of every single person. They're like, my favorite player ever is Boston Rob. Russell pulls out a buff. They're all like, I hate Russell Hantz. If that's reversed, Boston Rob maybe wins that season, but the path's a lot more difficult.
Right. Yeah.
The difference with Rachel's luck in this episode and a lot of other luck is like the journeys are production manufactured luck. You know,
that's fine. It's a component of the game in the new era, and that's if you have to play that game. They're not going to be like, oh, you don't like it, we're going to take it out.
No. But I'm saying they're two different types of luck in the game of Survivor. Whereas Rachel's like, really, it's so many layers of luck. Like Saul could have easily gone in, taken out one of the, given the advantage to one of the Tuku, and then pitched him and Teeny to them to be a 7-person alliance to go through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it wasn't just as simple as like, give it to Rachel or whatever. So you're right. There's so much luck, and that is absolutely part of the game.
So, but I think in addition to the quote unquote luck, I think Rachel is a strong player. So, and Caroline, who apparently is on this season of Survivor, they showed her name in the opening credits. I think she was just added this week. Caroline has figured out in her brief time there on the island that Rachel's a power player.
I think everyone knows it, dude. Like people like Genevieve, who I think is super smart. Teeny, they all know that Rachel is killer. And I think Rachel is doing things out there that we haven't even seen on TV. Like I think like when she wasn't getting a lot of airtime in comparison to like people like Rome and these big, like really big characters.
Well, even like her tribe's airtime was manipulated by, the John Lovett first episode Boot.
Yep.
Andy being Andy, and then the romance that was not a romance of Sierra and Sam, and it's
a no-mance. It's a no-mance.
Okay, and then apparently there's 3 other girls on the tribe.
We start off, you guys. Previously on Survivor, I want to say this: this has been a game of blindsides and people that are crying and devastated when they go out of the game. And to me, anyone that gets voted out on Survivor should be that emotionally invested in this game we all love. That's why it pissed me off when I played Fans versus Favorites 2. Half the people weren't fans. They get voted out. It wasn't a big deal. This is a huge deal for people. So the fact that Rachel was saved by Saul's generous kindness of this Beware advantage or whatever it's called to her, she is saved. She's back at the camp. Kind of by herself.
Safety without power.
Safety without power. So like as much as I kind of hate some of the new school twists, in this season so far, I've been totally cool with all the twists and stuff like that. So
my only problem with Rachel's advantage is that she got it 20 minutes before tribal. So that was like a 2-thing advantage where she got to choose like block a vote or the safety without power. And it's like, well, 20 minutes out, you don't have time to pull together. In most situations, you don't have time to pull together like, hey, I need you 2 to vote with me and I'm going to block that other vote. Like it's too much to put together in 20 minutes. So that advantage needs to come earlier. It was basically just a safety without power advantage.
No, I think that advantage, you can do the block a vote version of that advantage if it wasn't 5 Tuku and 1 Gata. So like the advantage was made like it's not like they wrote out the advantage after they did the random draw.
Oh no, of course it was already decided. Yeah.
So if it's a different, say it's like 3 Gata and 2 she was like boom, we get like or
3
2 Gata and she was like boom, let's do this. Block of like I'm here for my Gata people. I'm gonna block a vote. We're gonna do a re-vote. We should whatever.
Right.
So yeah.
Well,
so,
she's lucky she got saved by Saul, and when everyone comes back after tribal, she's really curious of like, who gave me this deal, like my savior, my angel. And Saul comes up and basically says, "Look, that was me."
Yeah, because he has the SSA alliance. That's like I'm sitting here, I'm just like Saul. The extent of Saul's commentary for 7 episodes. Or several, if you will, has been fart, and I had no idea. I think and Saul's like, oh yeah, no, I got alliance names, I got all kinds of cool shit going, and I'm just like, do I love Saul? Like, have I always loved Saul and just no one told me?
Dude, I will say I have said on this podcast this season that I'm a Saul fan. And,
but I think you wanted to like Saul more than Saul gave you a reason to like Saul.
Yeah, and I also felt bad and compassionate for Saul when like Rome was like giving him so much shit.
Yeah,
that made me embrace Saul. And Saul is like, he's so chill. He never gets like super pissed off. He just got this calm, collective personality to him, dude. So, I don't know. I dig him.
Saul's probably a person that's probably never been spoken to the way Rome spoke to him before.
Ever. Like not even in junior high.
No. He's been cool. He's been that guy that everyone probably kind of likes. He's good. He's strong enough. I mean, Saul's at the point it's at that point in the game where someone like Saul could find their way to the 3 and with a move or two, and he's already kind of got to move. He's if him and Rachel kind of do something, he's got a move that he can hinge on and say like, and then all of the moves after that, because none of them would have happened if it hadn't been for me initially.
No, I think Saul has a pretty valid case in a final 3 for versus a couple others.
Caroline, I think is her name. No, I'm just.
I don't. Caroline started this episode, didn't she?
Yeah. She's there.
Yeah, she's there. All right. So,
hold on. I have a theory about Caroline. Sorry.
Please.
My theory about her is that they don't like the way that she narrates, because when she comes in and narrates, she's like very like Jeopardy narrating. It's just very succinct and to the point. And it's like informative, but it's not like cool and hip and energetic,
It's like a Big Brother, like one of those Big Brother narrators that you don't like.
Yes.
Like if Caroline had come around 10 years ago, she would have applied for Survivor. Lynn Spillman would have passed, and Robin Cass would have been like, I got a spot for her.
Yeah. So she's probably playing fine and having a good old game, and we're just not getting a lot of it because
because her confessional style.
Yeah, because of her style, not even the content or her saying it. Just
no.
Yeah.
So, and as we've said a million times on this podcast, Caroline, I'm sure you're a wonderful human being. We're not making fun of you. We just met you. We just met you this week. We know nothing about you. There we go. Never mind. I won't even finish. It's more than enough.
Yeah.
You seem great. I wish you got to play the game a lot earlier. You might have a little more traction. The good reads out of the gate that Rachel's dangerous. I applaud
She
you.
does. She has good reads. That's for sure.
So, I saw this episode on Saturday night, courtesy of CBS. Shout out CBS. Thank you for inviting myself and Rob C and Sandra Diaz-Twine and Crystal from Survivor Gabon, Sabrina from Cook Island.
That's crazy.
Who else was there? Jane Knight, Nicaragua, Nina from the loins of Sandra, and also from the Anonymous. It was a pretty awesome deal. So I watched on Saturday night. I had a little internet difficulty the first 10 minutes of this episode. Attempting to watch. So I have a question. First time, long time. Jonny Fairplay from North Carolina.
Hey, Johnny. Welcome aboard.
Oh, thank you. We do that on the Q&A. You too can ask your questions on the Q&A at realitypatron.com. Or if you just want to watch this episode and all our episodes commercial free, go to realitypatron.com. That's realitypatron.com. Maybe I spelled that right.
Best deal in the game.
I'm not feeling good. So I do have a question. So at this point in the episode, has Teeny again brought up the all-women alliance?
Teeny's pushing hard for an all-female everything.
I have literally like Teeny, we love you, but if every other sentence that they show you say is, "Can we just do an all-women?" Teeny, you're lovable. There are members of the other gender that would love to work with you. So why are you alienating 50% of the people that could be your friend? Like, I get it. It's wonderful in theory. It never works, but that's fine. I don't care about any of that. But like literally, if every other time they show you and all you do is pitch an all-female alliance, you make it difficult for me, a guy watching the show going, "Oh man, Teeny's my favorite."
Well,
I want you to be my favorite, Teeny.
Didn't she just vote for Sierra?
Yeah, didn't she vote out a girl last time?
Right. So, I mean,
she's the worst member of an all-female alliance.
Right. So eventually you're not going to have, you're going to be like, we're an all-female alliance. It's like, oh shit, there's 5 guys and 3 girls. It's like, oh no, like, what do we do now? So,
yeah. Yeah, no, I love Teeny. But as I said, like, you know, when I got to go back and talk to my bro homies, like, hey, like, we like Teeny, right? They're like, no, motherfucker, she wants to get rid of the dudes every episode. I'm like, oh yeah, that kind of sucks for us, huh? So yeah, so Teeny, just open up the field a little bit, okay? So,
and I know people would want to work with her, but she's one of the coolest people. I mean,
I know. That's why. I mean, like, if they didn't show her just pitching this all-female alliance every other sentence that they show her talk, I would be a lot more cool with this. But literally, that's all we're getting from Teeny right now for 2 episodes.
At this point, and like, we better get it. You know, like, it's been mentioned, like, not just even by Teeny, it's been mentioned by, it's like there's been showing meetings and all this stuff, unless it's just a troll to all of us people that have been fans for a long time, be like, oh, you see that? They figured out that it doesn't work too, just like everybody else. Like, unless it's like that, like, we're supposed to laugh at it. But it's been mentioned enough that it's like, is it next episode? I mean, do they finally form it to start taking out Gabe? But I just don't think they have the numbers, because Sue and Caroline are still tied to Gabe so tightly.
Yeah, I don't know. So I guess next, Matt, is that the plate reveal?
Yeah. So basically,
Caroline.
Who finds the tree mail?
Oh, so Caroline finds the tree mail. She has a confessional.
Just enters the islands, just like, hey, I just got here. I got tree. It wasn't even tree mail. She brought it from the boat on her.
No. It wasn't even tree mail. It was more awkward than that. It was like, I was walking. Guys, you have to come see this surprise. And it's like, what? You had to come to see it. And then, like, the plates, and it's like the note that she had to read. And it's.
Yeah.
What's the. classic Survivor auction time. And I do love this twist where money is hidden in bamboo tubes throughout the jungle, and everyone has to go fend for themselves.
And everyone's going to be good. Everyone is going to find money. This is going to be fun for everyone. Everyone gets to participate.
Everybody gets to do it. Everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets to do it. And I literally called you guys up after I got back from the episode. I'm like, look, no spoilers, but anything that could fucking go wrong for Andy this episode goes wrong for Andy. And you're just like, oh, it can't be that bad. I'm just like, it's worse.
I mean, I can understand not finding a lot of them.
Yeah.
I can understand them being difficult to find.
Yeah. Well, Andy's
but
difficult.
The shot of it, Johnny, hold on.
Bobby's got it right here.
Okay, Bobby's got it. We got it. Because I got to talk to I got a comment about what Johnny always says.
Panic sets in, and I just have to tell myself, like, okay, I'm just looking for tubes in the jungle. I can do that. I have my eyes. They work fine. At this point, I just have to laugh.
That is so brutal. That's so brutal. That is so, Johnny, it is, you always say that when you're out looking for idols, look to where the cameras are pointing because they're like, oh, don't look over here. Yeah. That camera was on a tripod looking at a tube that is positioned on a rock that a gust of wind would blow it right off the top of that rock. It's like they set the camera up and put the tube there like, Andy's coming. He's going to find this one. He's going to get this one. This one's got $60 in it. It's the minimum. It'll be funny. And he just walks right past it. I guarantee someone's like, Andy, like, I mean.
Yeah. And now production's like, Andy. And he is like, guys, I'm looking for money. Please stop.
Oh, God.
Andy, you're distracting me by yelling my name and pointing at stuff. I'm trying to find tubes of money. I've got no time for your shenanigans.
I mean, this is embarrassing. This is like Rome's when he couldn't build that puzzle, right? It would not even.
This may be. I don't know.
This is not climbing the ladder. This is not being able to climb the ladder level.
Yeah, no, this is great. And Pam, our lovely baby boy, Andy, may or may not have asked, how bad was it? I'm like, dude.
Now, here's what I will say about Andy is you can tell that it affected him, that he was very bummed out. And I do feel bad for him for not even to being able to participate in the Survivor auction. And the fact that they didn't call him up there for chocolate peanut butter.
Oh, I was furious.
Dude, it's like, come on.
Well, here's the crazy thing about the UNC deal. So I'm sitting on the front row. It's all the the previous survivors, and behind me, is 1,100 UNC students and people that drove from all over to be at this event. It was pretty crazy, and I'm sitting there watching, and I, no secret, I have my favorites. I love Andy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my God. And Nina's like, she was just like, are we supposed to be rooting for Andy? And I'm just like, yes. And she was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes. She goes, I don't know. And then Sabrina's like, she goes, is this the good guy? And I'm just, and she goes, because I saw earlier, and I was just like, no, I feel like we're going on this journey, but it's not the Banu journey that I just fucking hate him. It's just it's just beautiful, and it's and Sandra's just like, Fairplay, are we supposed to like it? I'm just like, yes, and I'm hearing behind me just little rumblings, and I was just like, is this the moment that the tide is turning? And because I'm on the Survivor Facebook groups. They're like, oh my God, I hate Rome. I want Rome to go. And then Rome goes, and we get the flattest episode of the season last week. And I'm just like, oh, you still wanted Rome to go, huh? And they're like, well, I thought I did. And I'm like, yes. Don't be careful what you wish for. You can ruin stuff. And so I'm sitting there, and so they're just like, there hasn't been a lot of positive Andy stuff. But, you have someone like King George going, the man's beautiful, and I am hearing. I did see a little turn there. It's just like, don't love Andy, but he's pretty attractive, and I'm just like, wow, Andy. I'm just like, well, I've been through that my entire life. I'm ridiculously attractive, and people don't like me. So you're in good company.
I think Andy's Survivor story is one that's not going to have been told before if he goes far enough, right? So like if we're kind of predicting where we think this story might go, it's not a story that anybody's ever had before, where they think they're bringing along a goat and it's a guy. It's like, no, I'm doing all of this. You just don't believe in me at all and don't think I could do anything.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what part of that train I'm on, because I love Andy. I think Andy makes it to the end, but I could see like a no vote, no vote final 3 for Andy.
He's got claim to moves, and if he actually publicly claims moves,
he needs to be there with some. He needs to. They're talking about Dragon Andy. He needs to be doing some dragon,
right?
And then it could be, but I spoiler in that, just not future storyline, but just later on the episode, Andy does the Superman gimmick, 1,100 people chanting Andy, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like I'm not the only one imagining this. This is really this is genuinely being real manufactured. Real, like, here you go, here's emotion, you gotta love and root for this guy.
And he claims,
but it required.
He states that he's a dirty player. Like, he says, I'm a dirty player, which I love
that part of it too.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think any of this works if Andy does find money.
Yeah, I know.
No.
It's funny that he doesn't. I love that he doesn't find any money. It's great.
So, like I'm sitting here, I'm just like, oh my god, just find $10 in your fucking shoe that you know that you were just like just in case for like in the future, everybody put $10 in the bottom of your shoe before you go play Survivor. It's like, oh no, Jeff, I got $10.
So they're like, it's like, go, and they're going and finding tubes of money. Who found the most? Sierra, right? Sierra found like $1,000.
Sierra number 1, Gabe number 2.
Okay. So what I loved about this Survivor auction is how it's like, I'm not like an encyclopedia. Have they done it before where you lose your vote if you have the most money left?
Yes.
They may have on when they bring the auction back 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I think 2 seasons ago they did the same thing.
Okay, all right. Well, I like,
and of course, if we're wrong, please mention that in the comments. I will never see it.
Yeah, please tell us. And I didn't even know there were comments.
I did see a comment last week, and I meant to address it, but like they make it very difficult on your phone to respond to shit. Like, it's a lot easier on my computer at home, and I'm just like, I'm like, will I even remember it now? So people were saying that we were talking over each other a little bit during the King George deal. King George had shit Wi-Fi. So King George was on about 17 fucking second lag last week. So just want to throw that out there. Mm-hmm. And then he got disconnected, came back, used his phone Wi-Fi, and was absolutely fine. So if you notice at the end of the episode where everything was a lot smoother, that's the reason. So no, we did not purposely talk over one another.
Wait, what are you saying?
So the auction starts off, there's 5 guaranteed items, and then Jeff draws a rock to determine how many items are gonna be, but no one else knows that number but Jeff. So you gotta strategically be like, if you're hungry and you want some food, go for it. And we see this with Saul. Saul's the first person.
Hold on, Matt.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility that Jeff has this big bag of rocks, and it's like one more item or 8 more, whatever, and he shakes them up, pulls it, and it's like one, and he's just like, fuck that. That's a rock that I can't reach, because That's kind of crap, you know. I mean, like, I thought the beauty of like everyone loves a Survivor auction. We all do. The fans do. The players do. I think secretly, if 18 different departments weren't involved, Jeff would love it too. but you have to have accounting. Jeff, you can do fake Survivor money, like
Right.
you know.
It doesn't have
Back
to
in
be.
the day, like if they had the Survivor auction on Pro Islands, and they're like, you all get $1,500 and it's real money, I'm not bidding on anything and I'm coming back home with $1,500.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they're just like, why did you do that? I'm like, because it's fucking $1,500, stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's like 3 months rent at that time for me.
Right.
like, what? There's no guarantee you're gonna win. So yeah, I don't
Guarantee you got $1,500.
Yeah, I don't care about. But there's no. I love Matt. You love the Grippo's barbecue potato chips.
Oh yes. Yep.
Maybe.
Love
And he
it.
said yes. He's
Oh yeah.
okay. Wayne, you like the Grippo's?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I like those. I'm a Wise or Utz salt and vinegar potato chip kind of guy. Would never pay $1,500 for a fucking bag of potato chips.
No.
Under any circumstance.
No.
And he
no.
pays-
I would
he
pay
pays
$60. I would pay $60. I would pay $60 for what he got. That was the best. That was like a great little off the rip little whet the appetite. Because then you also
if you've
crunch.
ever been to a concert at a major stadium, that's $60.
That's about right. Yeah, for a bowl of chips. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. The rock thing is like, and I was, excuse me if I missed anything. I was rocking my daughter to sleep, watching on my phone with the headphone in. They didn't tell us we didn't know, right? The audience didn't know. Did they tell us
how many items?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
So,
we're playing the game with the contestants.
See,
yeah.
So this is like the rock then doesn't matter. If the rock's drawn and we know, so we can like be ahead of the game on the strategy and counting down, then it matters to us. But now it's just like the results is the same. We don't know when this ends. Is it 6? Is it 12? Is it whatever? And I could see the argument for like keeping us at bay, which is fine. Then don't do the rock thing. It's just, this is the auction. It's how long it is. And maybe he does something at the end where it's like, I'm going to draw a rock. If it's a white one, we get one more item. If it's a black one, that's the end of the auction. Like maybe you do that at the very end or something like that.
Yeah, I guess the rock doesn't really mean anything.
If we don't know, it doesn't matter. And they never showed us like, see, it was 8 extra things or whatever.
Yeah.
We just
or there's a code and you play the game at home. You know that they did that one season, and you're just like, oh, this is.
It was just,
what is this? It's just, and like like the answer would be the tribe has spoken. You're like, oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where I was like, initially I was like, oh, that's a cool little thing, and now I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
But I loved the auction. Everyone does. This was a great auction. This was a memorable auction for me.
Yeah. So Saul's first. What Teeny's next?
Yep, mac and cheese for her whole stack.
Yeah.
It's Jonny Fairplay, reality TV icon, Survivor Hall of Famer, and I'm talking today about Work Money. Work Money is a non-profit organization that focuses on lowering costs and raising incomes for all Americans to make American life more affordable and American families more economically secure. They provide products, services, perks, benefits, tips, and tools to help members improve their financial lives. It's time to level up and make more money in this economy. We're talking getting rich. Now, this sweepstakes is giving away $50,000. You can use this to pay your rent, your mortgage. Imagine what you can do with all the money that you'll save. Now, this is put on by Work Money, and this site has all these sick benefits, and it's free. Go sign up right now and get more rich. Now, listen, you can change your life. Now, what would you do if you didn't have to pay your rent or mortgage for a year? Listen, sign up right now for free. Link is available right here in the show notes. Check them out. Personally, I'd get more pinball machines. I'm Jonny Fairplay. I wouldn't lie about that. It's Work Money. More money.
what I got out of this whole thing is there's like a lot of these things. Is I like the fact that there's money in addition to getting your food item. So
Yeah,
like
that was cool.
You're trying to spend your money, but they're giving you like $60 back. So it's a constant game of like, I don't want to have money because I don't want to lose my vote, but it's kind of up to chance on what you're gonna get.
Yeah. The Survivor cashback. I good twist. So, but look it through.
But I would say our next time, Jeff, I know you watch. I know you love it. I know you this is the first podcast you listen to on Thursday morning when you wake up.
Typically.
Mm-hmm.
There should be cash in like more of them of varied amounts. I think they had like 2 or 3 of them that
$60.
That was $60, which is like, all right, maybe it mattered. It could have mattered if they'd had one more item. It would have mattered. Like Sam would have bid 120, and there would have been the 2 would have had 60 left. You know, like there would have been tied for the most money left or whatever.
Right.
But it should have been like $10 here, $100 there. You know, start spreading it all around. Yeah. Make one like, oh, you get this steak dinner, and steak's expensive. Here's $1,000.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck me. So, but at the same time, like, you know, if you get the steak and then you get $1,000 and you're able to spend that $1,000 like right after, like, you know, it's just like
huge.
Yeah, like that's. So I feel that there's more qualified people than us that could do the math on how to disperse the money appropriately based on the item and stuff.
Big thing I took away is that Survivor makes some damn good chicken wings. I got to try some of them Survivor chicken wings. I mean,
okay. All right. So let's go through a couple. So what did Teeny get?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. Okay. That
huge
great.
bowl. Huge bowl. She's not shitting for the rest of the game.
No. Dairy based, not a great, not a wonderful item. I'm a huge mac and cheese fan. I'm not bidding on that one.
No. TD's gonna get to Ponderosa and break a toilet.
Yeah. So, you know what? It might not. Teeny might get home before she breaks it. Like that.
Sorry, I shouldn't say Ponderosa. I assume they stop off at Ponderosa after the game's over on their way home. I assume they all kind of go there and have a night.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You do.
Okay.
They all do. But I think Teeny has like 3 more days after the game is over.
It's gonna take flight and that airport coffee to get it out.
Oh yeah, airport coffee is not Teeny's friend at this point.
All right.
All right, so next Sierra with the margarita. So Jeff at this point,
Jeff has taken full
margarita like this, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm selling this. You don't know it's a margarita." I'm just like, "I'm pretty sure it's a margarita based on the way he's carrying it."
Oh, 100%. That's a good reward. The margarita is a good reward. The cheeseburger, fries.
The cheeseburger is number one. Cheeseburgers, especially with the Clue, biggest beer in the history. Cheers, Jeff Probst. That was the biggest beer in the history of Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the bomb of all freaking auction items right there. I mean, seeing Kyle battle his vegetarian, vegan lifestyle and eating the wings was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so I thought so. We haven't got a lot on Kyle this season. You know, we've seen he's a challenge beast to whatever degree thus far, and you know we hear that he's been vegan for 6 years, stopped being vegan over like the last year or two
for Survivor,
in hopes of being on Survivor, and wanted to open up his food options, and then. You know, and Gabe's just like, you know, he bids on the item. He's just like, look, he goes, Jeff, if that's meat, he can't eat meat. And, you know, and I want, you know, it's just like, no, there's rules. There's no sharing of food items.
Yeah.
And you know, until it comes to later, and Andy's not included. But this one, there's no sharing of food items. And literally
do we have the clip of him cleaning up that chicken wing? Because for a vegan, he cleaned a chicken wing like a champ, dude.
Oh, my heart's pounding right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, why are you doing it?
I'm hungry.
Okay. that feeling like you're about to do something and that something might be wrong?
Good job, Kyle.
He broke that. Oh man, he broke that. He cleaned that thing, and I'm telling you, he won that immunity challenge because he ate the chicken wings.
Yeah. Well, I have there's private internet browser history that
Yeah, dude.
seems very comparable to Kyle.
It was like a cartoon. It was like a cartoon
It was
cat eating a
literally-
fish, and that's what it was. Just
Do you think you got sick after that, you guys?
yes,
Yeah.
I think I think everybody gets
I don't-
sick.
He may not have orally got sick, but I think he got sick.
You haven't had any animal
Meat.
protein in your body in 8
And
years.
And who knows how chemically, and I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed for Kyle or anyone that's out there in this circumstance. Hopefully, it's just like, oh yeah, Fiji, best organic free range chicken on the planet. But I'm guessing there's like a Piggly Wiggly, and I don't.
Yeah, those wings were shipped over from California.
Yeah, so all those big chicken farms in California.
Right here, you guys, Jeff Probst speaks in some sort of English accent, bringing out something. I don't know if we have this clip, Bobby, to show you guys.
Oh.
Well, if I'd ever been in Shakespeare in the Park, this is how I would do it. Sir, I present you the most beautiful of Survivor auction items. I don't know what's in here. If you don't like it, I'm merely the messenger.
Big 60.
Jeff's edibles must be working.
Yeah. Wait, here's the thing, because we see Jeff as Jeff, okay, and for those of you that branch out of the Survivor universe, there's a oh my god, what Wayne, you might remember, it's Adult Swim did a deal where they recreate the opening for television. Like they did they did the Heart to Heart opening, and then they did what was the other opening? It was Heart to Heart. I want to maybe was it Too Close for Comfort? I don't know. They've done like 3 of these, and Jeff Probst has been the host of this, and it's got that Adam guy from Parks and Rec.
Adam Scott.
Yes, Adam Scott, and if you watch it, it's like the greatest thing in the history of television or whatever. And Jeff Probst has been the host of these for like 3 of these, and each time like Probst is like less enthused about being a part because he's like over the top and grandiose, and by the time he gets the 3rd one, he's like, this is fucking stupid. It's just like, whoa, what did Jeff just say? Fucking. So Jeff does have a sense of humor. He is fun, and so like. Is this silly Jeff Probst? Yes. And are you like, what the fuck am I watching? Yes.
I'm in.
But there's a part of me, I'm just like, Jeff's in on the joke too, folks.
Yeah. It's like everybody's like, we want JLP, and we're all like, and Jeff's like, I'm going the other way. We're going opposite. I'm gonna be goofy, y'all. Like,
I love it. I guarantee, like the Twitter sphere or the Facebook groups that don't like anything. They're oh my god, that they're gonna have a field day with this. And I said, and there was a cringe factor. Let's all be honest.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, like I took a step back and I was just like, you know what? I was just like, Jonny Fairplay would do this in a heartbeat, and the accent would not be as good. I would literally go to production out and like, yeah, can we just do a safety with me not doing that?
Yeah.
So,
I just want to know why. Oh, sorry.
Good.
No, I just want to know why he chose that one to do it. Was it because it was like a purple cover?
Well, I mean, I'm okay that it was just one. I loved it. As I said, like on this podcast, that like we sit there, like Caroline, we know you've been on the show the entire time. We're making jokes, and
Right.
and you throw shit against. There are people that have reached out to me. They're just like, you are aware that Caroline's been on the season the entire time. I'm like, really? Yes, we know.
Well, speaking of Caroline, she eats the fish eyeballs like it's freaking a delicacy.
Yeah.
Well, Caroline reminds me of Michelle Tesoro from Pearl Islands. Like, she's just one of those fans that's always wanted to do this, and that's part of the Survivor experience. Like, Matt, I know for a fact you would bite into the fish eyeballs.
I would, but I wouldn't be able to get them down.
And Wayne, same or
Oh,
no?
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you're there. So, I mean, if I'm Saul and I got the I got the first item, I got the entire apple pie, I'm not fucking up my stomach to try a fish eyeball.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So, but Caroline, you want the Survivor experience. Gabe, $6.60 for a coconut. Should have got those chicken wings, didn't do it. Rachel, $500, burger, fries, and the biggest beer ever. All right, so here's my question, you guys. I'm a no onion guy. I like a grilled onion, but like a raw onion, hate it. You get that burger. There's a raw onion on there. Are you taking it off?
I mean, I'm
No.
eating it first.
Yeah.
I love raw onion. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not eating onion like an apple guy.
The dead grandma.
Yeah.
She eats onions like an apple.
But when it's just like a onion ring or whatever, I love it. Like, not a fried onion ring, just like a ring of a cut onion on a burger.
Yeah.
I'll eat it. I love it.
Oh, I hate it. Matt, where are you at?
I would eat it. Whenever we make burgers and we have slices of onions, I'm eating the onions 100%.
Yes. Okay.
Pickle,
let's just make
cheese,
our argument.
onion.
Okay. Do you guys like pickles?
Yeah.
Matt? Okay,
Yes.
what do you guys not like?
Tomato.
Yeah.
Okay, tomato.
Yes. Tomato.
Okay, I love tomato. Would you take off the tomato?
Yes.
Like here at Survivor?
Yeah.
No. I would not. I would start with the tomato, and then I would probably take the tomato off, because I would start because I'm like, I want food, and then all I'll taste is tomato. When the tomato is on a burger or a sandwich, the only thing I taste is tomato. I'll taste no other ingredients except for that tomato. So it's not even that I don't like it. It's just that it's there all the time. It doesn't go away.
Matt, you would take off the tomato, or you would bite first, then take off the tomato after?
I'm not a tomato guy. The more I think about it, I'm just eating the whole thing. If you're starved, I don't give a shit what it is, dude. I'm fucking eating it. So.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not that picky, and I don't want the shot. I'm aware we're making a TV show. I don't want the shot of this like princess boy, but like, ooh, I don't like tomatoes, and just dropping it in the sand. But then Johnny's like, that's part of my game plan. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking out. I'm gonna be like, who likes tomatoes? And I'm dropping it in front of them so that it lands at their feet in the sand. Like, that's what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Like I get up there and jump around because Jonny Fairplay. Of course, you get the burger. He's like, and I come there and it's like, this doesn't have onion on it, does it? He was like, yeah. And he was just like, Jonny Fairplay, starving to death, takes off. I'm like, oh, absolutely. And it's a moment.
Yeah, if Kyle was mean, he would just be like, yeah, I'm vegetarian. I'm not eating chicken wings. Or just, like lunchroom, just the tray of wings everywhere. Like, I want the celery, the negative calorie food. Celery is negative calories. You burn more calories than it gives you eating it. So it's the worst thing that you could eat when you're on the island.
Wow. There you go. So that was good. Let's see. So Rachel gets the burger, and so she finds the idol clue and puts it in her bra, according to the confessional overlay that we hear. Apparently, Rachel wears her bra around her waist.
Well, she put it in her bra. She put when she found the idol, she put the idol in her bra.
The idol clue. She says she puts the idol clue in her bra, is what they said on commentary. I heard it Saturday night and made sure to double listen here on this.
What I can guess is that she's doing a confessional on the whole experience and just kind of mixed up the details as she's telling them because she's starving.
Bobby, do you have this?
Everyone is staring at Genevieve because that's such a big moment. Wow. So I very slyly reach into my fries and I just go under and adjust my shirt and stick it in my bra. And I was like, I think I got away with that.
So yeah, she puts the clue, Johnny.
See, I was right.
In her back area. But yes, I feel like if you're a woman, it's like you have multiple areas to put a clue, to be able to have a sports bra.
Hey.
Wow, we gotta play this. We got the human coin purse.
Listen, I can hide a bunch of things underneath these tits.
I can.
Well, we see the whole
Richard Hatch hit waterproof. Richard Hatch hit waterproof matches in his coin purse for All Stars.
Wow.
Did you ever hear that story, Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we've heard that story.
Okay, well, there's viewers that they're like, "What?" It's like, yeah.
They'll have to listen to the Patreon.
Yeah, watch House of Villains. Richard Hatch, he's great.
Yes.
Okay. Genevieve gets the pastries. Oh, Sunrise Spectacular. Once again, this is one of those that's dairy based. I'm like, go fuck yourself. This is not what you want on day 14, 15, around 14, I believe. And so but you have to wager $200, and I'm sitting here watching, and he's just like, the people that are like, that don't win, he gives their money back. I'm like, why are you giving their money back? Yeah. And then Nina's like, because they're penalized. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. but I felt at the same time like, well, no, hear me out. Like, there could have been more items, and I feel like you should have sacrificed your opportunity for more. Sacrificing your opportunity for more items was more important than dumping off your money,
right?
Or being stuck with your money.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there's a strategy there where,
and I like the fact that they bring back the larva, which brings me back to Jervis on season 1. Eating these damn things. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
But I think I could eat a larva more than I could eat a fish eyeball.
Yeah. Well, Sam wins. Sue has problems. So
that fish
the problem with Sue, it's that young digestive tract. 45 years young will always work against you when it comes to taking down 2 grubs.
Yes.
Vanna White knows.
Yes.
That fisheye looked like it was a prop on Is It Cake?
It did. Yeah.
That's a giant fisheye. That is a big ass fish. Like that fisheye was like apple size in her hand.
It was huge. So peek behind the curtain. We had the viewing party in UNC Chapel Hill, and we watched the episode. The screen goes up. We actually have the gavel and the piece of wood from Fiji. Jeff Probst sent it over, and 10 lucky people. They were told, look underneath your seat. They had Survivor cash underneath their seat. Went up to the stage. We had a live Survivor auction, and there was a red tribe buff. I don't even know what lavu, whatever labu. I don't even remember what they called. And people bid on that. So anyway, I brought out the third item. It was a tuku buff, and this guy bid $200, and I was just like, "Hey, you can have this, or you can have what's underneath this cover deal." So they brought out another cover deal, and we had the same coverings too from Fiji. And he was like, "What? I don't know." And I was just like, "Dude, I know what's underneath the cover deal. You want what's underneath the cover deal." And he's like, "You sure?" And like, "Yeah." And Rob C is just like, "Do you trust Jonny Fairplay?" He's like, "Yes." And everyone's like, "Yes." And I'm just like, "Who are you people?" So it was fish eyes. So they were. They were gummy fish eyes, but they were fish eyes nonetheless. And so I left with the Tuku buff. And actually, I got to the car because everyone was like, "Can I have the buff?" And I was like, "No, my little kid likes the color blue. I'm gonna, Madeline likes blue, so I was gonna give her the buff." And then Sandra's she goes, "Will you please trade me the Tuku?" Because Gabe is Sandra's favorite player. So
Okay.
she goes, "Will you trade me the Tuku buff for the red buff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna see Rome here in a couple weeks." So so I ended up with the red buff. Like if I had the red buff, I probably would have given it to somebody. So but yeah, that was my asshole move. But here's the deal. So they had the whole auction, we're all done. They're like, "Hey, we're done." They're like, "Oh, wait a second, there's one more item. The gavel and the piece of wood from Fiji."
Whoa.
For those people.
That's really
awesome.
cool.
They lost their mind. It was fucking
that's
crazy.
nuts. That's a great price.
It was really cool. CBS does a pretty cool. I mean, they're not they're. I've seen some pretty good viewing parties. You want to know the best viewing party I've heard about? November 13th, Durham, North Carolina. That's right. Clouds Brewcade. You used to know them as Clouds Brewing. Now it's Clouds Brewcade. It's myself, Adam Christopher Gentry. That's right. Adam Gentry from Survivor Cook Islands is going to be there. And you're not going to believe this. I literally got a 45-minute phone call from Zane Knight yesterday. He is taking 2 days off of work. He was just like, he goes, "Johnny, I will come to your house the day in advance, give you the keys to my car so I cannot go to work. I am going to this." I don't know if he's going to be there. Supposedly he is. He's taking 2 days off work. So it's myself, Adam Gentry, Zane Knight, one of the last viewing parties I'm doing, touring around. So come see me, Durham, North Carolina, November 13th. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. It's going to be a crazy one. But yeah. So.
Zane Knight is not coming, Johnny.
I was waiting for it.
You want to bet?
Maybe. Well, there you go. So the auction was great. So the half the episode is dedicated to the auction, right? So after this,
that's what it should be. It's a Survivor staple. People love it. We heard Jeff do an online rebuttal. He was just like, "Look, this is hard, folks. It involves three. We have to have the art department. They have to make the gavel. I get it. We got to have the food department. They got to make the food. I get it. And and they also have to make the little covering things and all that. And you have the accounting department for the money. Jeff, subtract the accounting department. Even though I want to leave with $1,500 in my pocket and not buy anything, I do. But don't think about me. The art department can make Survivor bucks. And it doesn't have to be real money.
No, exactly. That's.
I don't think anyone watching at home would be like, "Man, that's fake money, man. Who cares?" Mm-hmm. Right. Like literally, even if you leave with Survivor bucks, you can make more money on eBay than the actual money that it's worth.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Totally.
So Jeff, subtract the accounting department. You got two departments. You can do the auction every time. Mm-hmm. People love the auction.
Oh, it was great, except for Sam. Sam loses his ability to vote, which is not good for Sam.
Yeah, Andy didn't because Andy didn't get shit.
I know.
Sorry, Pam.
Yeah.
Language.
We love you, Andy. We love you.
Yeah, we love Pam.
We do. So, Rachel, we find out she's got the clue for the immunity idol. Unfortunately, the idol is at camp on the corner of one of the tarps, which she has to use a knife to cut it out of the deal, right?
That's fine. That's fine because there's going to be a moment when no one's at camp. She can get her pin.
Dude. The fact that she's able to do this in broad daylight, I feel is an unbelievable task.
The balls on Rachel. This is crazy. Bobby, we got this clip.
Oh my God, I got it. Look at this guy. Survivor bucket list. I genuinely can't believe I pulled it off.
You had that in her bra.
Not the clue.
No, she misspoke.
Okay. Hey, peek behind the curtain. I just got a text from Matt Kuhn, former co-host of this podcast, before any of you guys are on. So I start with Conrad Thompson and Matt Kuhn. He just wrote loving this season.
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
That is awesome.
And he hadn't watched in years.
Wow.
Well, it's
he picked
killer.
the right one
This
to come
is old
back
school
for.
Survivor.
Uh-huh.
This is where they're letting them play the game, and
This is
people
all
are
for Survivor, brother. That's all this is.
Yes. So it's hitting in the corner of the target. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they're back. It appears as though Kyle is going to be the target, and Genevieve wants Agata out, and she's leaning Sam. Caroline's leaning Rachel, and she gets the idol, and Andy is sitting under while this is happening. Andy really wants a sub or a hoagie, actually, and I'm like, Andy, what's the difference between a sub and a hoagie? We will have you on the podcast to discuss.
What part of the country is in?
Literally, the only question we have for you, Andy, is what is the difference between a sub and a hoagie?
A hoagie's from Philly.
Yeah, but why the correction? It's just like, I really want a sub, and they're like, oh, that's like, no, a hoagie.
Yeah, they're two different things.
Yeah.
Geographically, they're
No, a hoagie is like Italian meats, capricola, and all that stuff. And like a sub sandwich could be tuna fish.
From
like
Subway.
that could be Subway. That's Subway. A
Okay.
hoagie.
He wants an Italian hoagie, but you can get an Italian sub.
No, that's an abomination. You shouldn't go to Subway. I'll stand by that until I die.
Oh, my fiance, I've told her for years, and just like Jersey, it's all about Jersey Mike's.
Go to Subway,
Mike's
type in Jersey Mike's, pick the closest one, and go there. They're coming around. Go to Jersey Mike's. Take it from somebody that enjoys a good sandwich. It's Jersey Mike's all the way. That's neither here nor there. But they serve sub sandwiches, not hoagies. They do have hoagies on the menu, but
okay, all right, fair enough. So, we're gonna do a strong 45 minutes with Andy about the difference between subs and hoagies. So get ready, folks.
You want to get hoagies when you come to Cincinnati?
Yeah,
We'll go get hoagies.
Yeah, I'm going to be there December 11th. I don't know. Matt's working on the details. We might have news next episode. Get ready. Anyway, time for immunity, and you got to hold a bucket. It's 1/3 your body weight, and Sue wins immunity for the ladies, and it comes down to Kyle and Andy for the guys. And I am literally verbally screaming at with 1,100 people behind me, and I'm just like, "Come on, Andy! Come on, Andy!" And I'm just like, "Oh my God, could anything like everything's coming out Millhouse for Andy?"
Well, I think Kyle. I mean, he had that protein from the wings, and Andy got literally nothing.
Nothing.
And they don't care about Andy, so it's not like they're like got back and be like, "Oh, everybody ate except for Sam and Andy. Why don't you guys like make up some extra rice or something, or whatever?" No. They don't have rice. Go.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, so because we see after Kyle has immunity, Sue has immunity, and Sam thinks they should all go on Gabe because that's the only other physical threat other than him, and he's a much bigger physical threat than Sam, but he really isn't. But maybe he is, but I don't think he is. But Sierra's just like, look, Andy is only there to be dragged by her and Sam for as long as they can tolerate him, and I'm just like, oh. This is not a good look, sweetheart.
Nope.
This is not a good look. And I think anyone that was on the Andy bubble going into this moment, they're just like, yeah. No, ma'am.
You don't talk about my Andy that way.
No, ma'am. And at this moment, Andy tells us this is done. He's not getting dragged by anybody. He's ready to drag. Andy literally becomes Superman. We have Clark Kent become Superman. Roll that beautiful footage, Bobby.
And now I'm at the merge. And I'm getting a lot cooler, and I don't need to wear these freaking glasses anymore, and I could be the Andy that I believe myself to be.
Oh, it's all about the hair flip. He did the waggle, but the hair flip is like the fact that production knew to get the hair flip, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh yes,
pretty perfect.
Andy's got good hair. Andy's got good hair.
Andy's a beautiful man. King George is in love.
I know he is. He is.
Andy's pretty cool with the fact that King George is in love. Oh my God, is Andy's girlfriend gonna be like, oh, I remember watching Survivor, holding hands with beautiful Andy.
Yes.
Followed by the next day, Andy watches a podcast and the relationship is done.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to touch base on Sue real fast. Sue gets a moment when she wins individual immunity where this is so much of a big deal to her because her friends and family at home are going to be rooting for her, the older 45-year-old person that she is. I love that whole scene and how appreciative she was for winning. So.
How many friends can you really have at 45?
I mean, most of my 45-year-old friends are dead.
I mean, I didn't really get any true friends until I was like 46, 47, 48.
Yeah, when you got put in your nursing home?
Yes.
For 40-year-olds only. I'm in a nursing home for 40-year-olds.
Just sitting there shitting myself going, if only I could have a friend.
Hey, I want to have a turn at Tony Hawk Pro Skater too.
Oh, you kids and your skateboards.
Yeah. I mean, us kids and our skateboards.
But this episode was great because, we had the auction, the immunity challenge was great. And then there's a lot of people now, since so many people are going to be at Tribal tonight, that
finally
dynamic. Yes, right.
Finally, we have a Tribal with a bunch of people. We've been begging for this. We finally got it, but we're going into that. Teeny wants a Tuku out, and if it has to be Agata, Teeny wants it to be Sam. Caroline wants Rachel out. She's the most threatening person there. We keep hearing that over and over again. Sierra and Rachel are noticing that no one's talking to them. That's a clue, folks. Saul has put in too much work into saving Rachel. It ain't going to be Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for Tribal. And Jeff literally says, this is it. This is the group that decides Survivor season 40 several. And I'm just like, wow. And this is followed by Sam saying war is coming. And Randy's like, no. Andy goes, I am at war. Tonight is the first attack. Andy has a plan. Gabe tells his great story about Christmas World War I. The first night they played a football match, football proper. You peasants call it soccer. And then we have a little an audible vote between areas. Just like, does anyone feel safe? No one feels safe. It's time to vote. And the votes come in, and if anyone has immunity or an advantage, they like to play. And Rachel, player of the episode. Oh, I don't know. I want to say player of the episode is Andy because I just feel like Andy becoming Superman is like one of the biggest parts.
No,
but Rachel,
that's a scene of the episode. Rachel's the player of the episode. You can't deny a shot in the dark play when you're not automatically like going in and knowing that you're going out. And also an immunity idol.
Yeah. Okay. Player of the episode, Rachel. Seeing the episode, Andy becoming Superman. So, player of the episode, Rachel's like, I played my shot in the dark only to read the fucking room.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
Holy moly. This is the first time we've seen this implemented in the new era of Survivor, correct?
I mean, again, I'm not an encyclopedia, but most of the times that I can remember seeing shots in the dark like being played, it's kind of like they're walking into Tribal and they know that they're going home and they're like, I don't have a vote anyway, so whatever, and that's it, like.
Yeah. Because we heard Rachel tell us last time her husband or boyfriend or partner or whatever, they said, do not come home with anything in your pocket. So she's got the idol, but she also has a shot in the dark. So there's two things in her pocket.
Yeah.
And she's like, let me play my shot in the dark, read the room. And is no one's going like, oh fuck, and which is what you're literally looking for, and which a lot of people, she may have fucked this up for everyone in the future, but girl, it's your move, you earned it. I don't care if everybody's fucked in the future. Like this is huge,
right?
Big time kudos to you, Rachel. So and Saul gives her the wink. She's like, hey, he's like, everything's fine, and it's a not safe. Fine, doesn't matter. But she still has the idol in her pocket. She's like, I don't need it. I'm not playing it. And so it's time for a vote. The votes are Sam, Gabe, Sam, Sierra, Sam, Sierra, Sam, Sierra, Sierra. We're tied. Sam and Sierra. Sam and Rachel cannot vote in the revote. However, Sierra can vote in the revote because Rachel forfeited her vote for the shot in the dark. Sam lost his vote by way of the auction. Sierra forced to vote Sam. Doesn't matter.
No.
Sierra is voted out. Andy explains, hey, just a friendly fair play fact. I'm a dirty player. And I'm just like, Andy, I love you.
That was one of my favorite moments of the entire episode, you guys.
And Teeny is the worst at the All Women Alliance once again because she wrote down Sierra. I'm like, Teeny, stop.
Teeny.
Either you're all in on the Women's Alliance or stop saying it every other sentence and then voting against the All Women's Alliance.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I love Teeny.
I do. I need a comeback episode. We'll get to next episode real quick. Sierra's voted out. She wants a hug. She gets a hug. Did someone get a hug before me, or was I the first person to get a hug from Jeff?
You may have been the first.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Trendsetter. Well, next time on Survivor, Sam has a vendetta, and it appears as though Saul, Gabe, Sue, and Kyle are all possible targets, which means possibly none of them are going. And Sierra explains that she will be a very tough jury member. But next episode, I feel like we've gotten a lot of other than the past 2 weeks of her just saying every other sentence that she wants All Women Alliance. I feel like we've gotten a lot of Teeny up until the last episodes, making us like Teeny. Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of it's just Teeny just comes off as a likable person, but I feel like there's something more in the edit. I feel like we're next week feels like a Teeny episode, not a Teeny boot, but a Teeny episode.
I think
of why we like Teeny up until the last two episodes.
Yeah, I think we've got one coming. She was also like kind of part of that whole Rome stuff, so she's gotten a bunch of airtime.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, everyone loves Teeny. I think Teeny's going to go far. I think Teeny's going to have a lot more, like you said, episodes. I think next week is going to be one of those times where we really see Tina's gameplay. And I tell you what, Genevieve has a lot of gameplay. Sam, he's going to be in trouble now that Sierra, his number one, is gone. And Andy does not like the cool kids. So I'm ready for it. This was a classic episode of Survivor. I absolutely adored it.
My favorite episode of the season, and it shocks me to say that with young Jonny Fairplay or new Jonny Fairplay, Rome not a part of this. Boston Rob's grandson not a part of this episode.
Yes.
But this is my favorite episode of the new era. I mean, it just had all the, like as you said to begin the podcast, Matt. This was the Survivor that I watched 20 years ago.
Yep. Perfect. Great. It was awesome.
Yep.
It was absolutely awesome. And, I can't wait for next week. Johnny, when's your viewing party again to tell our beautiful listeners?
Sure. So available right now if you go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. I'm going to be in Durham, North Carolina. It is Clouds Brewcade. It used to be called Clouds Brewing. And as of right now, allegedly Zane Knight's going to be there. I know Adam Christopher Gentry is definitely going to be there, and possibly some others. You never know. Mm-hmm. And survivortix.com. for that Wednesday, November 13th. We are adding a date in Cincinnati on December 11th. Is that everyone loves when people look at phones during podcasts? It's like their favorite thing. But yes, Wednesday, December 11th, we will be in Cincinnati, Ohio. We're also filming a TV show that night, so get ready. Big details on that coming up. And then December 18th, I will be at Jax's Bar for the official viewing party of the finale and the unofficial Survivor after party. You know what that means. At Jax's studio, survivortix.com. More details coming up like either later this week or next week. I'm not feeling good, folks. So I'm knocking out a House of Villains podcast. You'll see it right after the episode tomorrow night. But otherwise, Jonny Fairplay is going to rest and hopefully enjoy this weekend. I got big plans if I can make them. But yeah, I just had to be here tonight for this because this episode meant so much to me on so many levels. It, as you said, Matt, it was a throwback to old school Survivor. It was my favorite episode of the new era. And I really wanted to experience this with you guys and everyone out there because I am loving this season and I'm loving the interactions that we're having. Yes, folks, I do look at the comments. So, feel free to comment. It helps the algorithm. Click the subscribe button. Do all the stuff you're supposed to do. Leave a review. Oh, my God. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Amazon Music or wherever you podcast. And if you don't like the commercials, and I get it, I don't either. I literally, folks, this is no major peek behind the curtain. I literally go to bed every single night listening to a podcast. 9 times out of 10, it's true crime obsessed. I love my friends over there, Patrick Hines and Jillian Pensavalle. I'm a Hero Bell patron supporter. I love to help and promote my friends. I pay, I pay, whatever it is for that. I pay $2 a month for Dateline, ad free because I just don't like commercials. And I understand you guys don't like commercials either. RealityPatron.com. It's commercial free for everything. I think whatever price, I think it's like $5. You get everything commercial free, and then you get all the other stuff. And then $10, you get the Q&A, which is our favorite podcast of the month. $30 gets you the autographed picks. There's so much stuff out there, and we love and need your support. I mean, that's how you keep podcasts going. If you've noticed over the past, couple months, we're now in 4K each and every week on YouTube, or if you watch on the Patreon. And we're just trying to make this thing as awesome and as fun for you guys as possible. So we love and appreciate your support, and thank you so much. Wayne Memmott, you do stand-up comedy. Where can everybody find you?
Always performing in Cincinnati at the bar that I manage called The Comet. If you want to come visit me, I work Tuesday nights. I got a show this Saturday in Cincinnati with Ben Roy. He is from the Grolics, which is in Denver. They're an improv group. They had a TV show called Those Who Can't on True TV. He's one of the best comedians touring. So come see Ben Roy. Got a couple great shows coming up next week. Everything at Wayne Memmott on Instagram. Follow me, all that stuff. If you see a joke of mine, like it and share it. It helps. All that stuff helps. It's free. If there's an artist that you like and share and comment and whatever. And you might be like, well, I'll share it. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just take 2 seconds and press it. If you like the person, doesn't matter about the content. Just do it. None of your friends are going to see it, but it'll help out.
Yeah. And Matt Bischoff, you got a show coming up?
Yeah, I don't want to conflict with Wayne's thing Saturday, but my band Moonbow is playing Iron Fest 15. Iron Fest began after a friend of ours, Iron Mike, died, and my friend has put on a festival raising money for Iron Mike's kids, and so Moonbow is playing at 10:15 p.m. at the Southgate House Revival in the lounge. So come out and see me, go see Wayne, and come see Jonny at the Brewcade. And we will see everyone next week for another episode of Survivor 40 Several. Cheers, everybody. We love you. And good night.